Hey, it's Ahalya here, also known as Coach Ahalya, and I work with founders and CEOs, leaders and entrepreneurs, helping them do work they love and be remarkable leaders. A few weeks ago, Forbes reached out to me and asked me to contribute to an article about bosses versus leaders, and that article got published today, so I wanted to share some of those insights with you. So the first thing I said is that bosses demand things versus leaders, they inspire things. Bosses demand versus leaders inspire. And here's the thing about bosses. Often bosses get things done, and they often get things done by motivating people through fear. Now that actually can be quite productive and effective. I know that I'm often motivated by fear. The thing that motivating people by fear doesn't do is it doesn't unlock the potential of your team, and it doesn't create a positive, healthy work environment that people actually want to be a part of. You know, they're more there because they have to be there, not because they want to be there. And they're definitely not giving you their discretionary effort, which is going that extra mile. And so leaders inspire, and oftentimes what I've found after coaching so many executives for over a decade, the biggest difference between bosses and respected leaders is that leaders genuinely care about the people on their teams. And because they genuinely care, they really get to know the people on their teams on both a professional and a personal level. And some of the things that I would encourage you to think about when you think about the people on your teams is what motivates them, what inspires them, what are their values, what's really important to them. And then on the flip side, what are their concerns? What are their fears? What are they worried about? What are the kinds of things that might be keeping them up at night? Some of their insecurities. Once you really get a sense of these things for each individual person with some clarity and some certainty, then you're going to be in a position to be able to really inspire them in a meaningful way, in a way that's meaningful to them. And when you have a team of individuals that are inspired and engaged, that's when you've created the conditions for extraordinary results. And I recall this time when I was working with a leader, and he thought that inspiring people was unnecessary work. He was just like, I just need to get things done, Ahalya. And I said, I want you to think back to some leaders that you really respected and loved and that made the biggest difference for you. And what was the common thread across them? And immediately I could tell that something shifted for him, and he said, you know, they all genuinely cared about me. And in that moment, he knew that he was not operating in a way that he genuinely cared about his team. And the thing is, when you care about your team and you really get to know them, you're building rapport and you're building trust. And as you do that, they're going to get to know you and like you and trust you more. And when that happens, that's when you really have a team that's going to want to give you that discretionary effort, go that extra mile. And that's what I've noticed about respected leaders versus bosses. So I hope that's been helpful to you. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What are you learning from hearing all of this? What have been your experiences with bosses versus leaders? And where are you on this spectrum? I'd be curious to see if any of you would be willing to be honest and say, you know, I think I've been operating more as a boss, and here's what I'm going to be doing differently. So be sure to leave a comment below, and remember that until I see you again, you've got some brilliance and genius within you that when you discover and express that out there, you are going to be most fulfilled and of greatest contribution to the world. So get out there and lead with brilliance. I'll see you soon. I have a special offer for any male founders, CEOs, and leaders in the Bay Area. I'm doing an event this Saturday, May the 21st in the morning, and I'm looking for specific leaders who are really, really committed to being better leaders and doing that through mindfulness. And if you think that you are a good fit, then I would love to hear from you. Send us an email at support@oldie.com. So that's support@olileadership.com. And we will reach out to you to assess whether you'd be a good person to attend this event. I hope to hear from you.